Kel'Thuzad and Rafam are competing to see who the superior end boss is. Take a side and battle for evil supremacy. So it's a rehash of an older Brawl, but I really like playing two very unique decks. And from what I heard, the decks are slightly more balanced. I'm going to be playing one. I'm going to try to win once as both sides, which will probably take 2 games. Rafam! Of course it'll probably take 2 games. I'm a natural at being a evil, bad villain guy. Rafam! So if I remember correctly, Kel'Thuzad has some pretty OP minions. But this swing is obviously pretty OP. These 3 cards aren't very OP though. Hopefully this hero power is OP. I can't remember. So playing the evil bosses against each other, that's actually a pretty cool little thing. I wonder if this should be the place where I give it away or if I should just hint at it. I'll do a little bit of a hint. So I plan to talk about my kind of week, the week that I was MIA. Add a random card rare to your hand, cost 2 less. Add another piece to your hero power. I think that makes it become epic, which isn't even that much better. Add a random Nax minion to your hand. I think the Brawl's actually changed enough that I can't even tell. Is coining this a good play? I don't know.
Hello, explorer. We finally meet.
Okay, that looks good. Get the discounts rolling a little bit earlier. So I think that's the proper strategy with this Rafam. So where was I? So I guess I got 2 things to talk about. I've kind of teased about that I'm going to be doing some Dungeons and Dragons thing in the future. This particular Brawl being 2 bad guys fighting it out just inspires me a little bit to talk more about it. But before I go into that, let's talk about my last week. So in the last week I traveled over to Poland. I participated in a $100,000 Gwent tournament invitational where pros, which is to say people who played games for a living, were pit against players who played Gwent very, very well. Ooh, brass knuckles. Punch. I unfortunately didn't end up doing that well, but Life Coach ended up doing really well. But during the entire trip there, I had basically taken a week or 2 away from Hearthstone, since I had to practice for the event also. Oops, slight misplay. I didn't realize that was constant effect. I'm not gonna crush it. I can crush for 1 mana. Life is a resource. I'm gonna crush this Brawl by not crushing that minion. How about that? Oh, pilfered power costing 0. That could be pretty good. The Steel Sentinel. Man, I thought this was animated armor for a moment. I didn't play it. You have a number of battle cries, I guess. Next turn I'll play the Pilfered Power and the Blubber Baron. Oh, that's right, I mean crush will cost 0. Oh, the other staff piece.
Buying or selling.
Discover a new basic hero power. No thanks. I think I'll skip the hero power this 1 turn so I can ramp up to 10 mana. That's pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Nice. Huh, this is either different than the first one, or in that it was nerfed, I think? Or it's like a new card. I think it was just nerfed. I know that Kel'Thuzad used to have a lot of OP minions. Kel'Thuzad used to be the one that was super OP on this side of the Brawl, right? I think so. Right now, though, feels like I'm the OP one. Man, double. Woo! I didn't want to use that spell because I would have Malagos. That's probably wrong. I could have done Malagos Forgotten Torch for 8. Time to crush that spider like the bug it is. At the end of your turn, gain a wish. Man, this deck is busted. Let's see, this is currently dealing 5 plus 5, so I can use 2. So I can play this, and then 3 plus 8. Good stuff. So where was I? The week that I spent over in Poland, it made me realize all the cool stuff. Well, I mean, sometimes taking a break from Hearthstone and playing a different card game, it can get you thinking in a bit of a different way. And also the people that we're playing with, some of them told me, and I suddenly remembered this, like whenever I go to conventions, people talk about, man, I learned so much from your Trump deck teachings, etc, etc. So I was like, you know, I should do more of those. I got into the game because of Trump teachings. I hear that a lot, which is great to hear.
Finally free. Your reward will be great.
So we're gonna do more of it. Man, so much power. So, you can expect like a summon 2 random next bosses and trigger their battle cries.
Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Nice. Wow, that was pretty OP. Whenever another minion takes damage, destroy it. Whenever an enemy minion dies, summon a 1/1 skeleton. Oh, that was a huge, he summoned 17 mana worth of unfairness there. OP, OP. It's okay, I can do Acid Maul Flame Strike. Or I can just get any spell. I think that is the best play, but there's a lot of options available. Like, why even Flame Strike? Whenever an enemy minion dies, summon a 1/1 skeleton. I don't know if when I kill that, if I summon a 1/1 skeleton. I'm not gonna take the chance though. Also, Flame Strike probably isn't that good against that deck. What do you guys think? If I sent this into that, would he summon a skeleton? That was like the big decision point. If it didn't summon a skeleton, it would be good not to. I think he would summon a skeleton and give all his other minions +1/+1.
The damned stand ready.
And it may or may not matter that it's because of Acid Maul's thing. Like, if it was poisonous, I think that it might actually behave differently as well. But these situations don't really come up often. I'm okay with not dealing with this board. And that doesn't actually do anything. I hope. Yeah.
Deal. My favorite Nagaball team is minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark. Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Ooh, it helps to know what kind of secrets are in Kel'Thuzad's deck. I unfortunately don't know that offhand.
Stand ready.
Because if there's counterspell, then I need to kill that last. I'm gonna look it up real fast. Vaporize, duplicate, and effigy. Alright. Thanks for the intel.
I will freeze the blood in your veins. Deal. Deal.
So I guess of the things to copy, the Dark Cultist would be one of the most tame ones out there. Ah, yes, more about the travels. So, I want to make sure I do a bit more of a focus. Learning Gwent was pretty tough, so I want to make sure to do a bit more of a focus on one of my strengths, making sure to teach about the game. So I'll make sure to like explain more about my thought process. Between DreamHack Austin too, I kind of realized there's a lot of thought process stuff to think about. Stuff that I don't always like fully develop my thoughts on. I'll just stuff that, I guess. Man, I'm just wrecking him with value. On the topic of Gwent teachings too, yeah, I do plan on releasing a set of 5 Gwent videos for the 5 different factions, just kind of as a basics to get people into Gwent as well.
Feed you to master.
Oh, it was 2 Fugans. So if nothing died, that means it's vaporized, right? Because it's duplicated in effigy. So I guess I won't attack with Hager.
Thank you.
I also don't know how many board clears Kel'Thuzad has. A lot of the cards in Gwent are going to change in the open beta, that's true. I wasn't sure if that was public knowledge yet, but I think they just recently made the announcement. So that's why I'm going to wait to make the videos. So given that I just played as Rafam as a serious control deck, which looks like it doesn't ever run out of fuel, I'm guessing Kel'Thuzad needs to just go face and be really aggressive. And this hand looks like it curves into something like that. This card is so good. It feels like a boss card. It basically is. I think because there's so many powerful cards, I should save the coin for something more than just coining out a 2/2. Kel'Thuzad's just playing mid-range, whatever here. 2, 3, 4, 5, easy.
The damned stand ready.
I definitely want to copy one of my boss cards. No, this is good. I can trade away the Dark Cultist. Lady Blammo, as we called her in World of Warcraft rating.
My fate is sealed. Finally free. Your reward will be quick.
Oh, how sad. I don't have ways to deal with a 5/5 on the board. Oh, well, the wishes aren't that good, right? One can only hope. It's not devastating to leave on the board. Rafam's deck already has most weird spells anyways. AoE, single target, whatevs.
Thank you.
We're gonna make Lady Blammo great. Ah. So I think unlike Rafam, as KT you probably don't try to hit this button, you just try to pressure until you need to refill the hand.
I will freeze the blood in your veins.
So I want to slightly play around Flame Strike. Slightly. I do have the Lothar for the lockdown sometime. 6 health, not bad. I think it's a good time to press the button. Oh, double lockdown. Get in the beats.
For master.
I don't think the Flame Strike is that good right now, though. Yeah, it's not that good. So I can just play Saffron. Oh, now I remember. It used to be that this hero power was resurrect a guy, not add a random minion to your hand. Yeah, that was way more busted. You just got your Lothar out on the field. Just 2 mana, summon 5/5. Nice. What? This is a random Nax Rammus minion? Oh. Alright, so the motivation is to try to play around Flame Strike and to get like a more competitive board out there. And also have stuff that's good to effigy, at the very least. Which is why I hesitated a little bit on summoning a 3/1. So I get the 4-drop since I summoned the 2-drop last. Maybe it was better to go 5 and a 4 there. I guess I'll just destroy the Kate. I'll destroy this and hope for the best. Alright, good enough. So on this turn I don't really care about locking out spells.
For the Lich King!
The button isn't worth it. I just trusted that these minions would be so much better than they are. What shard of Sulphurus? That card's insane.
Reinforcements be here!
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
None may steal our secrets.
My commentary might be a little bit sparse as I desperately figure out what in the world we're doing here. Man, these Nax Rammus cards are pretty terrible. How am I supposed to go up against a random legendary that costs 4 less? That's insane. And I didn't draw all those awesome cards when I was playing Rifam.
You want it? I got it.
At the end of your turn, deal 4 to a random enemy. I guess the power level of the cards in Kel'Thuzad's deck are supposed to be pretty high though. But I haven't been drawing like KT boss cards. Never lucky Hygen. I remember now. This is what was so OP about Kel'Thuzad. You would just play your Hygen, and then you'd resurrect Hygen forever. Summon a Spectral Gothic for your opponent. Ah, always space hiking. Very, that was strange. Maybe he played all the spells in his hand, probably. Wow, played Mogre before attacking. No, never punished. Whenever an enemy minion dies, summon a 1/1 skeleton, give your other minions +1/+1. That was so bad for him. Never punished though. I have like I think I only have a 25, I mean, I have a 50-50 chance of hitting his face, but every single other 50-50 on the minions that I hit is a bad result for me. Because I have no spells in my hand. So this is good for me, hitting that would be terrible, and I think Mogre the Ogre would be a bad trade.
Grand tournament. You win or you die.
Huh. We're in a really interesting spot in this game, mostly because I feel like my opponent's been doing some serious misplays. Whoa. That's a card. I guess we'll throw him at death again. That card's too good.
You want it? I got it.
Reinforcements be here.
Can't cast that while Mr. Lorewalker is out there. Alright, Lothab is good to lock down the death that I know he has.
I see.
No real reason to play a taunt this turn. I guess I'll play Gothic. I guess I can just go face. I was about to trump trade there. Hitting the 4/6 protects Gothic. It's pretty low though. We should go there. I'm guessing Spectral Gothic does damage to him too. My opponent's basically tried to throw the game by playing Mogre and by playing Lorewalker Cho.
None
It's all pretty amusing. Nine mana, 2/5. Well, that's really good if he has a dragon in his hand. Does Rafam have a dragon in his hand? Huh. Perhaps? I'm gonna go with Rafam doesn't have a dragon in his hand. Wow. I'm not very impressed by this Hero Powers ability cards. Wow.
We finally meet.
Alright, so he's dead in 2 turns. It's Kel through freaking Zod.
Of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Mogre
You stupid! Curse upon you in... No! I cannot be defeated!
Wow, well that was pretty terribly played on his side. I think we're Famo POP, but we got there in the end. So I gave a little bit of a sneak peek during the game, but look forward to Dungeons and Dragons, one run by myself with a pretty evil theme. I will be the villain, just like I was in this Brawl.